Cross River State Governor Senator Basi Otu has ordered an investigation into the devastating cruise boat accident at the popular Marina Resort in Calabar on Saturday. Thank you so much for joining us on our Sunday special package tonight. I am Achibon Basi, your regular guide. Cross River State Governor Senator Basi Otu has ordered investigation into the cruise boat mishap involving 17 medical students at the popular Marina Resort in Calabar, the state capital. The governor, who is saddened that 3 of the medical students who were in Calabar for the Nigerian Medical Students Games are yet to be found. He charged security and rescue agencies, as well as local villagers involved in the operation, to find the missing students and reunite them with their families. The governor decried the safety standards at the resort, vowing that anyone found guilty to have compromised on safety would be severely sanctioned. A statement signed by the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor, Emmanuel Ogbeche, indicates that the Governor is full of praises for personnel of the Nigerian Navy and the villagers who responded swiftly to the accident to rescue 11 of the 14 passengers on the boat. Limb loss is a life-changing experience that can be daunting. It is more than a physical loss and a permanent alteration of one's natural body, which is usually accompanied by significant change in self-identity. Sylvester Ohazirike, who has been living without his right limb for several years, can now smile as the wife of a state governor, Eyowan Otu, presents artificial limb and financial support to him in Calabar. Maureen Ajon has the report.
Mr. Ohazirike had once upon a time lived a normal life, moving about with his 2 legs. He says he woke up one morning and started to experience pains in his right leg, which eventually led to his leg being amputated, and this happened 3 years ago.
I woke up one day in the morning. 2 days after, I started noticing a pain on my toe, which later translated to a little injury. I was actually managing it at home since the injury was small, but it got to a point that the injury escalated. All effort to salvage the leg proved abortive. At the end of the day, landed me in hospital. I spent almost 6 to 7 months in the hospital trying to salvage the leg. Instead of the leg healing, it was deteriorating. So I was counseled to amputate the leg, but I find it very difficult to accept. So how can I grew up with 2 legs, my children know me with 2 legs, how come now I'm advised to cut off 1 leg? It was a very tough decision for me to take. But in the long run, I still have to give in to the council and decided to remove the leg, which resulted to me having amputation.
Sadly, just 2 months ago, he had to fall a victim of another circumstance, which led to him incurring this injury on the other leg that was functional.
Now, this other injury you see on the left leg, I was traveling on the 12th of April to my hometown for my last born sister traditional marriage. So where I sat in the bus was too tight. So at some point in the journey, I developed numbness on this feet. So in an attempt to free my leg, I dropped my leg on the engine of the bus. So within that short time, I had that numbness of the feet. The hotness of the engine burnt my leg. to pieces.
He is married with 2 children, and one can say it is natural that life in this condition could be unbearable. Today, he can smile again as his hope has come alive with the presentation of cash and an artificial limb by the wife of the Cross River State Governor, Reverend Ayo Anwan Otu.
You inundated my phone, like I said, with text messages and all that. And so on that fateful day, I decided to ask Alice, my SA, to call you. And after that call, I decided I was going to pay you a visit, and thereafter at least give you hope that you can still do whatever you feel you would have done by either offering to give you a limb, an artificial leg, and then to also see which way to encourage you to go on with your normal life and then business.
I want to thank God in a special way today because Messiah has come to my home.
The governor's wife's gesture is born out of passion and compassion to touch lives and lift destinies, which is one of her pet programs.
I've always been doing this long before now, and I just believe God made this possible by bringing my husband up in order to give me a platform to operate from, where I'll do it in a larger and broader capacity.
The event was a humanitarian visit to the needy and philanthropic organization in Calabar. Maureen Leo Ajom, NTA News.
That is the trending news highlights at this time. For more news, join us by 7 p.m. daily via Star Times Decoder, channel 103.